Yeah, it was a great opportunity for me to get back calling plays. I did that for 6 years or so in my past, so it was good to get back doing that first and foremost. And then just, getting this new role and new title, been an awesome opportunity. And obviously it starts with, getting the offensive staff gelling and getting us in the same room and really just getting on the same page. And it's been a great process. It really has. Obviously Coach Sweeney has done a great job of putting a staff together. He always has. And so what we did this spring is we went to work. And when you're working with great people, smart, great people, I mean, we're in a great spot right now. We're working together well. We're all on the same page, like I said. And I think the spring was really good for us to get that done. And then along those same lines, just being able to talk through a lot of things about our offense, what we needed to do different, what we needed to keep, and obviously in the end, it's all about overall execution, and so that's what we're striving to do, and that's what we're working on right now.
What about communication with the quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Practice?
Well, no. So it'll be Kyle Richardson will be helping with that down on the field, and then obviously I'll be in the box calling the plays. I just feel like I can take some of the emotions out of the game and just be able to really focus and lock in up there. Still being able to phone call. We'll have a phone, or I can get on a headset with the quarterbacks after every series. So really nothing will change as far as that, other than I just won't be there in front of them. So the communication will be really good. And like we did the same thing in the bowl game, and I've talked about that throughout the spring as well. So it should be a smooth process. Yeah, he's definitely taken some really, really good steps. Obviously he learned a lot of lessons last year. I think a lot of us did. Everybody in the whole program learned a lot of lessons. And I think really where we are as a team, we're going to apply those lessons, and it's going to be a lot of fun this year. And it's going to be fun to watch these guys produce, after learning all these lessons. And he's one of those guys that learned a lot last year. And so he has really committed, number one, to getting his body in better shape. And he has lost anywhere from 30 to 35 pounds. And he is back healthy. He feels great. His knee is totally healthy. And so he's moving around much better, which has given him a lot more confidence each and every day. And so, and then his mind, mentally, he's in a really good spot. He had a great spring, and I'm really proud of where he is, battling through some of the stuff he went through last year, and just overcoming that. And that's part of life, and he's learning those lessons, and he's doing a great job right now.
This time last year, DJ knew he was going to be the guy at quarterback. This year you got some competition, or more competition maybe. How have you seen that kind of change his mentality? Has that given him more of a sense of urgency?
Yeah, I definitely think it has. Anytime you have competition, you're going to have more of a sense of urgency to get better. And it started this spring. I mean, he had a really good spring, and he got better. And that was very obvious to me. And that helps when you got some guys that come in and push you. And so there's been some guys that have come into the program that have been able to do that, which has helped everybody. And so I'm just proud of where he is as far as taking on that challenge, not just learning from the mistakes he had last year, but building on some of the confidence that he had last year from overcoming some stuff, and then also, competing each day. And he, like I said, had a great spring. He's in a great spot right now, so I feel really good where he is. Yeah, I felt great after the spring with Cade. He, as a quarterback, when you come in the spring, your first spring as a mid-year, still supposed to be in high school. That's a hard jump. There's a lot to absorb. There's a lot of new things going on. You're trying to get acclimated to school, all those things. But we threw him in the fire quick. We wanted to get him as many reps as possible, just so that he could gain that experience and really learn from his mistakes. And that's what he did. He did a great job of, once he made a mistake, just learn from it and not making the same mistake again. And so he got better and better each and every day. Very talented player. Going to be a very, very good leader on our team. Already is a good leader on our team. And so the future is bright for him for sure, and he'll just continue to get better. And then I challenged him after spring ball to really reabsorb everything, because in my past, I've seen a lot of jump in growth from the spring practice until preseason camp, because now they get a chance to sit back, take a deep breath, and really absorb it, reabsorb it, regurgitate it from the spring, watch more film, go out there this summer and do all the skills and drills practices that they do. So he's progressing along very, very well.
You mentioned everyone in the program learning a lot of valuable lessons last year. What would you say is the most important one you personally learned?
Yeah, I would say, number one is that we're all in this together. We're all in this together, and there was everybody just kind of rallied around each other. Nobody pointed fingers, whether it was the players or the coaches, and we just kind of rallied the troops, and we were on a mission each and every week. And that's the beauty of college football too, is every week you get to start over and you have a new test that next Saturday. And so that's what we did. We just put our heads down and did the best we possibly could. And when you're working with great people and high character people that care about each other, usually good things happen. And so we were blessed to come out with that 10-win season and win 6 in a row at the end. And a lot of teams wish they could have been in our shoes.
Coach should have a lot more continuity on the offensive line than you had last year. How much does getting a guy like J Mac back mean for your offensive line?
Oh, that's a big shot in the arm. I'm telling you, this guy's a unbelievable leader for our team, unbelievable worker. He brings guys along with him wherever he goes, and that's why he's such a good leader. He's got the most votes by anybody on our offense as far as, just leadership role stuff and being committed. And so he's not just a talented player that could play multiple positions. He could play anywhere on the offensive line. And so that's a blessing. And he's showing his younger teammates that by learning other positions and by having a knowledge and a big picture knowledge of this offense is so critical. And so he's a huge asset to this program.
Wherever he is, he just kind of his presence. He makes his presence known. What has he brought to the quarterback room?
Yeah, I mean, he's brought a great dynamic to the quarterback room. I'm so proud of the whole room. Ever since I've been here, I've been fortunate to have a great room. There's been high character guys each and every year, which makes it a lot of fun for me and a lot of fun for the guys. And I in the first meeting that we have every year, we talk about, hey, you're supposed to go try beating him out. And then you're supposed to beat him out. We all know everybody's trying to get to that starting job. And so let's do a good job of encouraging each other and coaching each other up and having fun with it, because when there's negative vibes in the room, it's just going to make your performance drop or dip. And so we don't want that. And so our guys have always done an awesome job, and Cade did the same thing. I mean, he was great on how he has approached the other quarterbacks and how he is in the room. But like you said, he brings a great energy, a great personality, and he's a natural leader, like you said. I mean, he really brightens the room up right away when he walks in. And so we're really excited about having him. I know everybody's great in our room as far as getting along and just, getting in the room together and just kind of hashing it out. It's been a lot of fun.
Did you use a word or a phrase to describe the type of talent that Cade has? Bunch of fans are going to get used to. What kind of words or phrases?
Yeah. I would say, he's a poised kid, very athletic, and really just confidence. He's got a confidence about his ability and his ability to take charge of an offense. That's what he does. And he finds a way to get it done. I mean, I think a lot of people compare him to, the skill sets that Deshaun had, and there are definitely some similarities there. So I feel like he's a guy that can make all the throws and yet still get you out of a jam because he's so athletic. And so I'm just excited to watch him this preseason camp and see how he's progressed.
Coach, how has Cade's presence affected
Well, I think anytime you have another guy that is a very talented player that can create some competition, it just makes you better. And so DJ has definitely accepted Cade in a lot of different ways. They've become close and good friends, and it just has pushed DJ even more, and it's challenged him, and that's what it should do. That's what competition is all about. And so DJ and Cade get along great, like I said, and it's been fun to watch them so far.
Some of the DJs faced adversity or criticism from the outside like he did last year. How did he handle that? How did you see that this season?
Yeah, well, I think I really think he handled it very well as far as, well, he did nothing but take responsibility. He did nothing. He never pointed fingers. He never was, was a distraction at all. And he owned up to everything. And it wasn't all his fault. That's what we got to keep telling him, because that's the truth, but that's the position that he signed up for. So we're ready to accept that, and he's ready to accept that, and he knows that that's part of the job. But I really believe that he just continued to battle. Was it hard for him? Yes, there's no doubt. But I do think that as the year went on, he learned how to handle that, and he got more and more confident as the year went on. And so it was good to see him push through a lot of adversity, and he grew a lot.
He did go through a lot, right? I mean, those 2 games he started for Lawrence, everybody was thinking, oh, we got another Lawrence,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it just wasn't quite.
Yeah. Well, there's a variety of reasons, but one being, hey, he wasn't the starter whenever he took over for Trevor because of those 2 games. Trevor, I think, had COVID those 2 weeks, and so there wasn't that pressure. He was the backup guy, that came in and could be the hero. So he didn't have that pressure for however long before the season of being known as the starter and now having to follow Trevor Lawrence and all those things. So he had to battle through some of those things. And, I think, like I said, in the end, he just learned a lot of lessons and got better and better.
You mentioned how the competition is pushed by the guys coming in. What about the leadership skills? Guys like Shipley coming in last year, the freshman, he asserts himself as a team leader.
Yep.
Cade's got that natural leadership ability as well.
Yep.
Does that push DJ to be a better leader?
Absolutely, 100%. And you named him. Will Shipley's been an incredible leader for this team. When he first got here, we knew that was going to happen. I mean, he is very demanding and holds guys accountable, and that's what you want. That's what you want. You want guys that can really, really hold the team accountable, so the coaches aren't always having to do that. And so Shipley's definitely one of those guys, and I could name a bunch of them, but he's definitely the leader of the pack.
Expanding on these running backs, how much of a benefit is it to have a stable of horses that you can throw?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, we're as deep at that position since I've been here. I mean, this is as good of a group as I've seen since I've been here for the last 7 or 8 years, and as a whole collective unit. You got Will Shipley, who we saw, what he can do last year, and just the toughness that he brings to the table. He's super smart. He learns it fast. He can absorb it, and he can do everything from catching the ball out of the backfield to running inside the tackles, running outside the tackles. He's just a guy that has a lot of grit, and guys rally around him a lot. And then Kobe Pace and Phil Maffa have proven themselves last year as well to do a lot of good things. And so just for me, being super confident in all 3 of those guys, we're excited about the future because they're going to help us a ton this year.
Richard was saying terminology-wise, install-wise, some things had to be changed with some, ex-Clemson family now kind of moving on different places. What was that process like and kind of doing install this spring?
Yeah, as an offensive staff, we just had to do a good job of picking and choosing what we wanted to keep in the offense and what we wanted to change in the offense and what we wanted to tweak in the offense. And there's a lot of those changes that went about throughout the spring, and terminology is one of them. I mean, we needed to change our terminology and be able to start fresh. I think that's good for our players to start fresh after a while. And so, obviously we sold that to our players, and they did a great job of absorbing everything this spring and continue it on throughout the summer. And so it was a really good process, and it went smooth. And I'll tell you, when you really challenge guys to absorb some stuff. They did a great job of really just taking one day at a time and getting better with it. And so I think by the time we get to preseason camp, it's going to be even more cleaner, and these guys are going to be even more comfortable going out there.
And I know y'all can't be out there during the summer, but just with some of the feedback you've heard on Cade and Antonio.
Yeah, I mean, the guys are saying that everybody's working hard. I mean, number one, they're putting in the extra work, and that's really, really good to hear. Doesn't surprise us because that's who our team was all last year as well. They never stopped working. And so everybody's saying that the summer's going awesome, and they're working hard, and I really believe, all those new guys that you mentioned are doing great just for that reason of being able to be here for Cade, being able to be here for, the spring, and then going through it again this summer is helping him just having more and more confidence. And Antonio Williams is doing great out there too, and just he's trying to soak it all in as well. So, I mean, that's just to name a few, but it seems to be going very, very well right now.
Brandon, is it any different being the guy in charge than part of the staff?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have more responsibilities, and you have more things that you got to think about and prepare. Just coming in every day, just having a plan, not just going in and kind of waiting to hear and see what the plan is. It's, hey, you're in charge of the plan. So yeah, there's definitely more responsibilities, but I love those responsibilities. I love having the opportunity to, be organized and having a good plan for the day, and just making sure myself and our guys and our team take one day at a time and just do the best we possibly can one day at a time.
Is there going to be some streeter flair to this offense, perhaps, that we haven't seen?
Yeah, I mean, I think whether it's the Clemson offense, but yeah, we're putting our minds together, and all of us in that room have done a great job of gelling together and putting a lot of different ideas on the table and, really hashing them out. And that's part of the process of having a new staff and just getting on the same page. And hey, what do we have? What type of players do we have? Who do we need to get the ball to? And then let's make it simple for them and make sure that they go have a good time.
I mean, it seems crazy because